Olvida a los vampiros brillantes y las historias de amor. En Cabernet, la inmortalidad es una condena y no un regalo. La sangre no es solo alimento, sino una elección con consecuencias. Hoy vamos a sumergirnos en la historia ambientada en el siglo XIX, donde cada decisión define nuestro destino. ¿Seremos capaces de salir victoriosos? Hoy vamos a traer este juego. Seguramente me oiréis llamarlo de una mal, porque me he dado cuenta. Pero bueno, ya tarde. Características a destacar de este juego que creo que hay que tener en cuenta. Su profunda narrativa. Hay que destacar el enfoque en las relaciones interpersonales, los conflictos internos del protagonista y de los personajes secundarios, ya que se tratan temas que son complicados, como el alcoholismo, los conflictos sociales y otros que se irán viendo a lo largo del juego. Además, todo esto se abarca con la toma de decisiones complejas. En el apartado artístico destaca, pero vamos, no hay mucho más que decir. O sea, son gráficos dibujados a mano que capturan muchísimo la esencia gótica de la época. Además, la banda sonora es preciosa. O sea, va todo unido de la mano. La profundidad de los personajes, que nos cuenta sus historias, sus motivaciones, enriquece mucho la experiencia del jugador. Otra característica a tener en cuenta es la rejugabilidad. Al tener las distintas rutas o múltiples rutas narrativas, iremos desbloqueando los distintos finales. Eso puede incentivar a los jugadores a rejugar el juego para ir desbloqueando todos los finales del juego. Así que yo creo que sin más gente, vamos a comenzar. Qué chulo la carga. Europa del Este, finales del siglo XIX.
Thank you all for coming here today to say goodbye to my Lisa. I never thought I would bury my own daughter, my own blood, my pride, yet I can't do this. Please say something. I just can't.
There. It's all right. What can I say about someone dying so young? Particularly someone as special as Lisa. If I may, I won't dwell on the circumstances of her tragic death today. Instead, I'd like us to celebrate her life. Despite her obvious calling for medicine, when she was little, I always thought she would become
Política, doctora, escritora o música. No nos pone la fecha de nuestro fallecimiento. Doctora, música, me tira mucho aquí las artes, Pero política no, ni de coña. Yo política no tengo nada. Venga, doctora, que soy de ciencias. Vale, han aumentado los puntos de ciencias. Era su destino.
I remember that one day her brother was running amok inside the house until he fell over and badly scraped his knee. Before I even blinked, an 8-year-old Lisa ran to the kitchen, got a bottle of vodka and a clean towel, dressed the wound, and tied it up. Such a bright girl. Always a top student. Always the pride of her parents. By the time she graduated,
Imagino que si le damos lectura nos pondrá lectura y si es mente será lo de ciencias, ¿no?
Lisa must
No va.
have read every book there was in the school's library. To my shame, I'm not so well read myself, but she used to teach me about all the classics. That served me very well at dinner parties. I can't tell you how proud we all were when she was accepted at the medical academy. I had no doubt that she was destined for greatness. But to become a doctor, one of the first women to achieve that in the whole country. If someone deserved that honor, it was our Lisa. But my niece was so much more than a gifted student. With all of her other talents, above everything
Historia política.
else, she was
Vamos
a
repartiendo.
loyal friend. She connected with people easily. She cared deeply about them. Some might even say too much. After all, if she wasn't so thoughtful. But I digress. Please, forgive me. What's done is... She was my favorite niece. Let us pour some vodka for Kolya, too. He is old enough to send his sister off.
Venga, todo el mundo a
My
ver.
soul went into the ground with her today, as I'm sure did many of yours. Let those pieces help Lisa, wherever she is now. To Lisa.
Vale, todo el mundo bebiendo. Imagino que es nuestro funeral. Lo que no sé es cómo hemos acabado.
When I was a little girl, I often had trouble falling asleep. My mother used to sing me this lullaby to comfort me. Tonight, I slept deeper than I had in my entire life. I had a disturbing dream that a string was coming out of my mouth.
¿Cómo?
When I started pulling it, I realized that it came from all the way down my throat, buried somewhere deep in my body. I kept pulling, but I couldn't go too quickly for fear of burning myself with friction. Finally, the whole string was out. I felt relieved, but also strangely empty. I realized that I was in my bed, with my mother sitting beside me, crying. I didn't know why she was in tears, but I knew it was my fault.
Vale. Me tiene súper intrigado el comienzo. Tenemos mala cara, ¿eh?
Dear Lord. Mom? Kola? My body feels like it's stuffed with cotton. Like I slept for days. Either this is a nightmare, or I'm in hell. This feels too real to be a dream.
Una lámpara de queroseno antigua pero fiable.
The cupboard is locked. Why would anyone keep something of value in a place like this?
Nunca se sabe. No descartemos nada. He visto algo raro ahí. No empecemos, ¿eh?
My medical journal from the academy and my family medallion. Who could have brought this here?
Vale, un medallón de plata de ley hecho a mano, que le regaló su padre. Pulsa Tab para acceder al diario. Las tareas disponibles aparecen en misiones. ¿Vale? Escapa de la habitación. Hoy. Glosario. Vale, inventario, medallón.
Lilies of the valley, my favorite flower. Who put them in this room? It's disturbing to see them here.
A mí también. No hay más.
Locked.
Voy a intentar pedir ayuda.
Hello? Anyone?
Es que no puedo hacer nada.
My favorite flower. Who put them in this room? It's disturbing to see them here.
Ojo, ojo.
Hello? I'm locked inside. Please help. Are you still there?
Qué
Maybe
turbio,
you
¿no?
can't talk? Please knock twice for yes and
Vale, pero ábreme.
Can you help me open the door? Thank you. Thank you so much.
¿Te he dicho que no?
Will you help me? What is it that you want from me? I'm a doctor by trade. I can heal you if you're sick or come on call anytime, day or night. I don't have much, but I can owe you a favor. Then it's settled. Whoever you are, do you hear me? If you open this door, I, Elizaveta Morozova, will be in your
Pero... ¿ya nos hemos convertido? ¿Cerradura o rata? ¿Qué ha pasado?
What the hell is this? My shoulder just felt like it was burning up.
Nos ha salido algo verde.
I can't see anything from this angle. I should check up on it later. It's open. No one. What have I gotten myself into?
Vale. Para descubrir los puntos de habilidades nuevos de tal, hoja de personaje. ¿Vale? Obtener puntos de experiencia aumenta tu rango, lo que te permite mejorar tus habilidades. Pulsa más o menos junto a la habilidad que quieras modificar. Cuando ya has terminado de distribuir todos los puntos, pulsa aceptar cambios. No sé leer. Asigna todos los puntos de habilidades disponibles y pulsa aceptar cambios, ¿vale? ¿Vale? Vamos de momento a ir por esa rama. Vale, hemos obtenido puntos de experiencia. ¿Y ahora qué? Mi rango vampírico aumenta, es decir, ya somos vampiros. Busco una salida.
What a peculiar painting.
Qué cuadro tan peculiar. Ah, hostia, Hazte 5.
400 years ago. The family clearly belongs to the ruling class, wealthy and powerful.
Vale. O sea que sí que interesa asignar un poco a cada cosa.
It smells like death here. There's
Tiene
no
que
way.
oler.
I could live on this for a week. After all that has happened, I think
Vale. La moralidad de Lisa aún se está formando. Ciertas decisiones te proporcionarán puntos de humanidad o puntos de nihilismo. Algunas elecciones solo estarán disponibles cuando Lisa alcance un nivel determinado.
I deserve this.
Vale, que no le gusta robar. Me cago en todo.
Hello? Can anybody hear me?
Ratitas que no queremos. ¿Aquí no puedo? No, no me deja nada en esta puerta, vale.
The mirror is covered by a sheet.
Definición
People
glosario.
only do that when someone dies. Mother explained that this is so the dead soul does not get lost and trapped inside. Silly superstition, of course. We live in the age of science where there's no room for this nonsense. What is this? Where is my reflection? I can't see myself. It
Pues eso mismo.
must be a trick mirror.
No sé si ha sido buena idea. ¿Y yo para qué toco? Pues con la salida. Vale. Sin más. Digo, a ver si tengo.
Eerie. It's hard to say without seeing the face, but this dress. Could it be the same girl from the first painting? Ugh, this is unbearable.
Tiene que oler esto.
I'm a doctor. I can get through this.
Respirando,
Give me
sí, sí.
strength, no matter. What in heavens is all this?
Sociedad Suprema.
I will make sense of all this later. Something is wrong. My head is spinning.
Tenemos que oler y unas pintas y estamos aquí en una fiesta.
Would you look at her? How does one have the gall to show at the Countess's manor in such a filthy...
¿Y yo qué culpa tengo? Oye, que acabo de despertarme.
You two don't know what you're talking about. It's the latest rage in Paris.
Cuanto más roña, mejor.
Have you heard? The Countess is sending me on a special assignment to the capital. Hey, stop messing with the phonograph. It's not a toy.
Sorry.
Miss, are you all right?
Mind your own business, Petya. It's rude to stare at a lady.
Sorry.
Qué fuerte, ¿no?
I'm starving, and the food looks so fresh and
Pero-
delicious, but the strangest thing is, I have absolutely no appetite for it.
Cómetelos a todos.
I'm starving, and the food looks so fresh and delicious, but
I know it's not ideal, Countess Orlova, but I'm afraid there is not much we can do at this point.
Of course now there bloody isn't. The right time to act was last week. I don't understand where this influx of product is coming from. It's undercutting our prices. Where were you when I... Who is this creature? Darling, you look like a little domovoi. Come over here. I don't...
A lo mejor ella sí.
hello. I'm terribly sorry for it.
You
¿Cómo?
must be the doctor's new apprentice. Look at you, poor thing. You must be fresh out of the ground.
Excuse me?
Ugh, nobody must have actually inducted you. How typical. No surprise with the men around here. Hussar, why is she in such a state?
She was not supposed to wake.
I'd love to catch you up, dear, but sadly I have some urgent business to attend to. Thanks to this gentleman over here.
A ver, ¿quién nos ha convertido?
Hussar, be a darling and show this young lady around once she's decent.
As you wish, madam. If you'll excuse me, I'll go for a smoke on the balcony. You can find me...
You're excused. If I recall my first day correctly, your head must be killing you. Here, drink this.
Thank you. May I ask what...
Tú, bebé.
If you know too much, you'll grow old sooner. Trust me, it will lift your spirit.
¿No tenemos otra opción?
Whatever this is, it's beyond delicious. It's sweet and thick and tastes like
Cereza ya fresa.
cherry and wild strawberries.
Te vamos a dejar sin vino.
Thank you. I do feel a lot better all of a sudden.
Now go change. We can't have you gallivanting around in those scrubs. There is a nice dress about your size in the cloakroom. Consider this my welcome gift.
Thank you kindly, madam. Madam Orlova.
You're welcome, child. Now off you go, change and mingle. Time is money.
Ah, mira, aquí voy más rápido. Madre mía, parece que me ha dado un
Countess
suyo.
is right. I should...
Mira cómo voy. Pero que me voy atascada. Que quiero pasar. Porque por aquí... Bueno, pues nada, he dado la vuelta. Desagradables, que soy muy desagradables.
Countess is right.
Vale, la puerta de arriba y ahora después ya salimos a buscar al que se ha ido a fumar, entiendo. Sí.
Another cloth on a mirror. Something bad must have happened.
No sé qué ha pasado antes, pero paso, no quiero saber.
That should do it, hopefully. Goodness, this must be the dress the Countess was talking about. Such an ornate Western style. It must cost a small fortune. I want nothing more than to change out of this horrible nightgown, but...
Que te pongas el vestido.
It's perfect.
Mira tú qué monísima,
It's
por
like a
favor.
glove.
Monísima estamos, ¿eh?
The Countess sure has excellent taste in literature. In other circumstances, I'd spend all day here reading.
Vale. Uy.
I still don't know what's happening here, or at least I hope I don't. But delaying the inevitable is just tying my stomach in knots. I need to find that young man and learn the truth.
Have you heard the rumors about Count Kaminsky?
Not lately. Do tell.
No, cuenta, espera que me gustan los
They
cotilleos.
say that he found himself a young human lady and fell in love like a schoolboy.
¿Y?
Apparently they got
asustes.
so close, he even confessed to her his true nature.
¿Y?
You don't say.
Oh, que le ha dicho que es un vampiro.
Yes,
Oh.
and the best part is, she is completely fine with it.
¿No le parece mal? Bien.
He doesn't
Me
even
gusta,
have
me
to
gusta.
enchant her anymore.
Fascinating.
The world just gets madder and madder every day, doesn't it?
Yo no le veo problema.
I just never know what to say to humans. If I'm honest, I find them all
Los encuentra súper aburridos.
That's not fair of you to say, Margarita. It's not their fault that they don't have the advantages of eternal life.
No sé si sabéis que venís de humanos, ¿no?
And don't get me wrong, some of my best friends are human. Sometimes I just wish we could convert them all and give them the proper life. But you just can't help everyone.
Una vida digna, ni que fuera mala. Mira que eres bruja.
Locked.
Vale, algunas de las acciones que Elisa realiza llevan su tiempo. Estas interacciones aparecen marcadas con el símbolo de un cronómetro. Cada noche, Lisa puede gastar 3 puntos de acción. Una vez que completada la acción, consumirá 1 punto y la noche pasará a la siguiente fase. ¿Vale? Y este lleva tal mantener para activarlas.
Good evening, Hussar.
Ah, there's our belle of the ball. Lisa, right? You actually don't look half bad when you're not covered in graveyard dirt.
Perdona.
Graveyard dirt? First the Countess, now you? Why is everyone going on about funerals?
Surely an educated lady like you must have put together who we are by now, haven't you?
Creo que no se ha dado cuenta. Ouch, mierda.
I'd rather not guess. Please, just tell me straight.
Simply, we are vampires.
Is this why I had no reflection in the mirror?
If that's what you're concerned about, you look just fine.
No tienes mal aspecto.
Does this mean I'm dead?
Dead, alive, who the hell cares? Trust me, Lisa, you just won the lottery.
Bueno.
I don't even remember how it happened. Must be some sort of a defense mechanism that suppresses a traumatic experience.
That actually does happen quite a bit. That memory usually comes back soon enough.
What about my family? When can I see them?
Nunca.
I was worried you will ask me that. Technically, they think you are dead, and it is best for everyone if they keep thinking that. It's true, too.
I can't just leave them like this. They have to know I'm all right.
Déjalo estar.
I know this is too much for you to take in right now. Maybe that's a conversation we should revisit another time.
Countess calls you Hussar. What's your real name?
At this point, I've been called that far longer than my real name. Just call me that.
Vale.
All right. Hussar it is. I have so many questions.
See, that's what I was. Theory is not my forte. I'm a proponent of learning by doing. Why don't you go talk the ears off some other guests while I finish smoking in peace? After that, I can show you what it's really like to be one of us.
I suppose I can do that. Could you at least tell me a little bit about the people, the guests?
Oh, come on. Where is your spirit of adventure? I'm sure you'll figure it out on your own. What is it?
I wonder if the Countess would approve of you pushing your responsibilities off to a bunch of strangers.
Dando donde duele.
Well played. Fine. Let me think for a moment about our fun little group here. You've already met the Countess, so that's a big plus. Not everyone gets to do that in their first month, let alone first day. Who else would you like to know about?
Todos, quiero saber sobre todos.
With the purple hair.
That's Elisa. She is quite important around here. I'd try to start out on the right foot with her if I were you.
What could you tell me about the woman in the pink dress?
You must mean Arben. You know, they say she was born somewhere far to the east. That broad has been around forever. Probably has a tale or two to share.
What about the young man who asked about my health?
Who? Oh, you must mean Petya. He is just a human. Elisa brought him in for fun. He is such a card and has absolutely no clue.
Vale, ese no lo sabe.
That sounds cruel.
Ugh, don't be like that. It's all in good fun. I suppose that's everyone of note, really. Besides me, of course.
Of course. All right. Thank you kindly. I'll be back.
No rush, please.
Vale. ¿Qué hago?
I do actually have a model right here with me. I always carry Matilda with me, just in case a good opportunity strikes. You never know. Look into her eyes. Doesn't she look alive to you? Like she's going to blink?
Yes, well... Apologies.
Petya.
Petya. We should probably go and discuss some urgent business with the Countess.
I do actually have a model right here with me.
I don't know how, but I can just sense that he is not one of us. Such a strange feeling.
Ah, este es el humano.
Attraction? No, he is most certainly human.
Oh, hello. It's you, lady in the nightgown.
Menuda entrada más apoteósica.
Much better. Thank you. I'm Lizabeth.
Of course. Where are my manners? I'm Petya.
It's a pleasure. You were the only one who seemed to care about my illness.
Oh, nonsense. They are a lovely bunch around here, just all very busy. The third group I'm pitching my dolls to, and everyone keeps running off for urgent business.
Oh.
How did you end up being invited here, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, that's all thanks to Elisa, the lovely young woman in the yellow dress. She saw me at the town market and saw some real potential in my work. She said that the people in the manor might be interested in seeing it, and you didn't have to ask me twice.
I see. How is pitching going so far?
I'll admit, it's a little slow, but the night is still young.
Pobrecito tío.
You are an optimistic guy, aren't you?
My mother used to say that my hope will be the death of me. But what's the point of living if you don't believe in people and yourself?
You may be right about that. At least I truly hope you are. Did you say you're selling dolls?
And making them, yes.
I see you have one with you. May I?
Of course. Matilda here is my favorite. I'd love to get some honest feedback. Well, what do you think?
Oh, it's just lovely. So detailed and human-like.
Vamos a ser buenas, no vamos a ser aquí malas personas.
That's exactly what I wanted to accomplish. Thank you. I knew someone here would appreciate it. I'm hoping to show her to the Countess. With her approval, the sky's the limit. You know, making toys is what I wanted to do since I was a little boy.
Lo que pasa es que no tenemos dinero para ayudarte.
My father always called this foolishness, among other things. Said it's not manly work. I never managed to convince him otherwise.
I'm sorry. That must have been tough.
Well, here I am, still at it. I do have a feeling that I'm onto something with Matilda. Just you wait.
Vamos, ánimo.
My gut tells me that tonight is going to bring something special, and it's never wrong.
Espérate si no te conviertes en comida.
Best of luck with everything, Petya. Hope everything works out with the Countess.
Thank you, Lisa. You're very kind.
Bueno, vale, Cabernet. La Sociedad Suprema es un poderoso organismo gubernamental que introduce y aprueba las leyes y el código ontológico de los vampiros. La organización tiene presencia internacional y suele compartir una agenda en común. Sin embargo, las zonas de influencia están divididas en condados con diferentes dirigentes y algunos aspectos normativos varían de un país a otro. Vale, amnesia después de la muerte, no podemos contacto, cultura. Es una corriente filosófica popularizada en Europa en el siglo XVIII. Pone en tela de juicio las normas sociales, la moral y los ideales, o en ciertos casos los rechaza por completo. Es un soldado de caballería. Bueno, está bien, está curioso. Relaciones, pues se supone que aquí estoy desbloqueando cosas y no estoy desbloqueando nada, ¿eh? Bueno. Espérate, ¿tengo puntos? No sé por qué tengo más 5, pero vale. Vale.
Come on. Don't any of you cowards want to have any fun?
My lady, with all due respect, Russian roulette just seems like, too much fun for the night.
Fine, get lost then. Be on your merry way.
Joder, qué borde.
I knew that the second time I die would be of boredom.
Moriría de puro aburrimiento. Ojo, cuidado. Qué tajante, ¿no?
Now, would you look at this pretty picture? I could barely recognize you from before. Where did you get this dress?
Nos mira con una cara de despecho.
It's a gift from the Countess. She is very generous.
Huh. I thought it looked familiar. Name is Alisa, by the way.
Lisa, it's a pleasure. So, I've just been turned today.
Congratulations. That must be quite shocking. Thrilling. Even.
Felicidades, enhorabuena.
I'm envious,
no sé yo.
Really.
¿Por?
Yes, thank you. I'm not quite sure how to process all this yet. What does one even do with this? Being dead, drinking blood, who knows what else?
Same thing anyone around here does. Masticating plain eternity day after day.
Ves pasar la tediosa eternidad un día tras otro.
Spicing it
Estupendo.
up any way you can.
Hence the Russian roulette.
We're already dead, aren't we?
Dice, ya estamos muertos, ¿que vamos a perder?
Do you fancy a round?
¿Te echas una?
Maybe some other time.
Demasiado pronto, demasiadas emociones intensas.
Suit yourself.
May I ask who was the young man you talked with earlier?
Who, Petya? Why, are you interested?
Goodness, no. I was just making conversation.
Nos hemos sonrojado.
Don't be shy. We're not attached.
No estamos juntos.
Petya is human. I picked him up at the town market.
Me da pena.
He is a salesman.
De los peores que he visto. Ya que duro.
If you two are not an item, may I ask why did you invite him over?
Because it was my turn.
¿Cómo?
A turn for what?
No.
To spice up the eternity.
So,
No.
it's true what they say? Vampires live forever?
We exist forever. We don't live. But then again, few do.
Does this mean that we can't stop existing?
Oh, sweetheart, there is nothing easier. Just stop drinking blood for a few days, fall from a high roof, or just step into the sunlight.
I should probably be writing this all down.
So, now that you have eternity on your side, do you consider your existence more valuable?
I suppose infinite time does add some gravity to it.
I see. In that case, how would you compare the value of your new existence to, say, Petya's?
Venga, va.
I'd have
Humanidad.
to say Petya's. Like you said, what I have now isn't really life.
Fair enough. Still, it's an interesting thought experiment, isn't it?
Indeed. Excuse me. I think someone is calling for me.
Interesante, interesante. Oye, me está gustando, ¿eh? No puedo hablar con estos.
Have you
Pues,
tried the Countess's Cabernet? Honestly, I think this may have been the best one I ever tasted.
I prefer to stick to clear drinks around here. If you really want to try some decent Cabernet, stop by my salon on the main street.
Oh, that sounds like a challenge. I'll take you up on that offer.
Creo que antes he dicho mal el nombre del juego. Me estoy dando cuenta ahora.
I don't think I've seen you around here before. I'm Arbin.
I'm Lisa.
Llevo en pendiente que es una llave.
You don't sound so sure. Is it?
You're right. If I'm honest, it hasn't been the easiest night.
That's what I thought. My advice is always be honest, unless you absolutely can't be. In the end, it does make everyone feel better.
That's a good piece of advice.
Stick with me, lovely. I'm chock full of them.
I couldn't help but overhear that you are a wine expert.
I dabble. I run a literary salon in town and serve drinks there.
How exciting. All kinds of interesting people must come by.
You'd be surprised, my dear, and mildly disappointed. I'd love for you to stop by one day. I'll treat you to a round of something nice.
Si me invitas y me das buena conversación, allí estoy.
I'll make sure to visit.
Vale, misiones secundarias. Además de vivir la historia principal, Lisa puede ir a explorar la ciudad y conocer a otros personajes. Dependiendo del personaje, es posible que Lisa tenga que alcanzar ciertos parámetros, como tener una habilidad concreta o un nivel moral específico, para poder iniciar o continuar con una misión. ¿Vale?
Since you're an expert, may I ask you about the wine that the
Es sangre.
Countess... I'll admit I found it delicious, but it wasn't...
It was not. Cabernet was sort of our code word for blood, so we don't shock any
Cabernet. Yo creo que lo he dicho mal al principio.
And then we just got used to it. Funny how language works, isn't it?
Yes. Funny. Arbin, I've only just been turned, and all of this is very new to me. May I trouble you for some advice?
I hope you don't mind me asking. But has someone in your family enjoyed wine a little too much?
Un poco demasiado. Venga, mi padre, venga, ya que estamos.
Yes. My father.
El vino, el vodka, lo
Wine,
que sea.
vodka,
Hasta el agua de los floreros.
really. You aren't clairvoyant, are you?
Everyone becomes a little clairvoyant if they live long enough and pay attention. I saw you drinking that glass earlier, and I think you should be careful around it, my dear.
¿Por?
Alcohol's my father's problem. It isn't mine.
It's not just alcohol you should be concerned
Pero sí la
about.
sangre.
You can keep away from it if you want. Blood, however, you will now have to drink, whether you like it or not.
Whether I like it or not.
Demons are hereditary, my dear. Always remember that.
Hostia. Me estás diciendo que tengo que beber sangre de forma regular porque si no...
Good luck. I have a feeling we'll see each other soon.
Pero... 8, 2 puntos, misiones... Pero... Vale, ahora sí, estas dos sí. Por lo menos, no te... coño, que tengo más hojas. Vale. Y decía, joder, ¿dónde está el resto? El Cabernet es un líquido elaborado con sangre humana que puede sustituir la alimentación tradicional de los vampiros y que se conserva mucho más tiempo que la sangre no procesada. Elaborar Cabernet es un proceso complicado y costoso, propenso a errores. La mayoría de las veces los lotes de Cabernet no llegan a buen puerto y es necesario disponer de grandes cantidades de sangre para crear una pequeña cantidad de producto. ¡Ojo! ¿He subido? No he subido. A ver, coleguita.
Good timing. I just finished up.
Yes, how lucky.
Qué suerte, ¿eh?
Don't be snappy, Lisa. Smoking is an important routine for a soldier.
No se puede interrumpir.
Can't be interrupted.
Jesús bendito.
A soldier, huh? And which division were you in, exactly?
We can talk about the divisions some other time, perhaps. So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
Who ended up letting me out of the chamber?
If I'm honest, I haven't the foggiest idea. I thought you knew.
Well, I don't. And whoever it was gives me the goosebumps. On top of everything, I ended up promising them a favor and felt a bad burn on my shoulder right after.
Creo que le hemos liado, hemos hecho un trato sin saberlo.
Do you know what it could possibly be?
Let me take a look. Oh, brother.
What? What is it?
It could be nothing, really. No need to worry. Just make sure that you show this to the doctor when you see him, all right?
Me estás asustando.
Right.
So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
What is going on in the basement of the manor? It's...
Oh yes, the basement. If I were you, I would just forget all about it.
Excuse me?
All I know is that Countess conducts her business and she doesn't enjoy people meddling in it.
Nosotras hemos salido de allí.
If it's so confidential, how come I ended up there in the first place?
Exacto.
Minor oversight. You were supposed to be moved upstairs before you were up, but appears that you are an early riser.
And whose oversight was it, may I ask?
Se puede saber.
Let's not focus on casting blame, shall we? I say all's well that ends well. So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
If vampires are real, does this mean other fairy
You'll have to be more specific than that.
Rusalkas? Domovoys? Ghosts?
Yes. No. Yes. We'll spend all night here if we keep talking about Flora. If you want my advice, focus on yourself first. So, are there any other questions you have left for me?
Sino todo lo contrario, ¿no? Pues puesto correcto, vale.
That's it for the time being.
Perfect. If you don't mind me asking, what do you make of all this? I take it you've done a couple laps around the ballroom. Learned a little more about what it's like to be one of us.
Well, I'm obviously still in shock, but...
Yes?
From a scientific perspective, I have to admit I'm curious. This is certainly a unique condition we are in. I'd love to learn more about it for my studies.
I'm impressed. I can certainly see now why the doctor chose you as his apprentice. All right. Have you read Thunderstorm?
Mierda, no tengo
I'm
literatura.
not so sure. Why?
Al final va a ser importante todos los puntos.
Unlike Katerina in the play, you no longer need to wonder why people can't fly.
How did you do that?
By sheer will, Lisa. It's very simple.
How are you even talking with me in such a state?
That's yet another benefit of being one of us. We can project our thoughts into people's minds. I prefer it, really. I find normal speech kind of primitive.
Algo primitivo,
Why
dice.
don't you do it all the time then?
I'd love to, but you don't want to get too used to it and scare a human by accident.
Ah, claro.
Now, why don't you try it? Let's see what kind of bat you are.
Vale, para acceder a las habilidades vampíricas, ¿vale? ¡Ay, qué cookie!
Isn't this a hoot? Come on, I'll show.
Vale, el indicador de murciélago en la parte inferior izquierda de la pantalla informa de si el cambio a murciélago es posible. Para aterrizar en forma de murciélago, desciende hacia una superficie hasta que aparezca un círculo de aterrizaje. Joder. Para aterrizar en forma de murciélago, desciende hasta una superficie hasta que aparezca un círculo de aterrizaje justo debajo de ti. Me tengo que ir.
Seems like you're catching on. Follow me.
I can't believe I'm actually flying.
All this talk about death, but don't you feel more alive than you ever have right now?
Vale. Quizá puede convertirse en murciélago en cualquier momento, siempre que se encuentre en un entorno adecuado y no esté a la vista de un humano. El indicador de murciélago de la esquina inferior izquierda de la pantalla señala si Liza puede cambiar de forma. Joder. ¿Y quieres que haga, colega? Ahora, bueno.
Shh. There. Look.
Mira eso.
If only I have 3 coins to my name, then I'd show them. They'd all see.
¿Qué es lo que te
Is
pasa
this
con el
what you
alcohol?
wanted to show me? A drunk peasant?
What I wanted to show you is how to use your new powers.
No, se lo va a comer.
Meet Trophime. He is the Countess's former serf, now custodian and coachman.
Aguarde y cochero,
Among
vale.
other things, he makes sure no one goes in or out of here without her permission. Important man. Now, come with me. How is life, Trophime?
My lord, is that you? Or the bottle you gave me?
I can see that. It's nearly empty.
Ya está casi vacía. Madre que saque.
All right, enough pleasantries. Watch this.
What happened to him? Is he all right?
He is fine. We call this enchantment.
What does
¿Encantamientos?
enchantment do exactly?
It makes people tranquil. While they are in trance, they don't feel pain or have a clear memory of what
Vale,
happened.
para chuparle la sangre.
Is it like anesthesia?
In a way. I bet you this fellow in the States who invented it is a vampire.
You mean William Morton?
Mm-hmm. I heard the doctor was toying with that idea before the discovery. He was not happy the Americans figured it out first.
So they don't remember anything once they're enchanted?
Not quite. They may not remember what happened, but they won't forget how you made them feel.
Sounds like a subject for some awkward conversations.
You don't know the half of it yet.
Vale, ¿cómo se embruja?
So, how do I enchant someone?
Don't worry. Whistling is just for me. It's like a cure for the hiccups. Everybody has their own way. When you need it, it will come to you.
Does this mean you can just come up to anybody and make them tranquil?
In theory, but it's not quite that simple.
Vale.
Firstly, they have to like you, an important condition. Without it, the charm won't work.
Tenemos que caerle bien para poderle encantar, pues ya vamos mal.
Secondly, you should only do it to humans.
Solo a humanos.
So it doesn't work on other vampires.
Eso es que sí, pero...
There are rumors that the best of the best can indeed enchant their own kind. But I don't even know if the Countess has that kind of power. Besides, this would certainly not be considered ethical by our vampire brothers and sisters.
Llegados a este punto...
I bet they wouldn't mind to have that power, though.
Oh, without a doubt.
No, me claro que sí.
You want to enchant someone?
I thought you might ask that. There are two main reasons. 1. People in a trance are easily suggestible. You can use that to influence their thoughts and opinions.
Y lo más importante, comer.
And what is the second reason?
I think you already know.
Se ha convertido en vampirín. Bueno, ya lo era.
What have you done?
I just opened him up for you. Don't worry, he'll be just fine unless we bleed him dry.
Seco del todo.
Come here. It's time for you to learn how to feed.
I don't know if I'm ready.
You're as ready as you'll ever be.
How do I turn?
Just relax and let your instincts take over. It will come naturally.
A comer.
My mouth, it's bleeding.
Nos hemos cortado.
Course, I forgot to warn you. Sorry. Don't worry. It's normal. That happens when your fangs are out for the first time. It will recover in a minute.
His skin smells like wild, but not the promise of being whole. I want to feel it on my teeth, in my...
Si te lo vas a comer, hazlo ya.
No, I can't do... I don't think I can do it.
All right. But if the Countess asks, promise you'll say that you've done it.
What?
I don't want to get in trouble because you chickened out.
I promise.
Remember, you have to learn to do it to survive. I better get back to my other errands. Don't want to get my tunic wet. Do you remember the way back?
Hussar? Thank you for your help. I had a rough day.
Tenemos que hacer amigos como sea.
It means a lot to me.
Don't mention it. I ended up having a decent time myself. I'll see you soon.
I should get back to the manor and talk with the Countess. I'll process this all later. Where will I live? What's next? But first, Hussar said I can influence someone who is enchanted. I should try it on Trophime.
Venga, va, probamos. Los vampiros tienen la capacidad de inculcar ciertas conductas en el subconsciente de sus víctimas. Para hacerlo, acércate a la víctima siendo humana y pulsa el botón derecho cuando veas el icono de hipnotismo. No puedes hipnotizar a la misma víctima más de una vez al día.
Can you hear me, Trophy? You will start pacing your drinking.
¿Ya no me le puedo comer?
I'd rather not walk through the woods on foot.
Vale. Por lo menos tener un poco de cada. Es de una gracia.
What was that?
Hostia, ¿qué ha sido eso?
Looks like the banquet is over. Someone is still inside, though.
Perdón. ¿Qué ha pasado? ¡Oh!
It's Petya's doll, Matilda. This is so unsettling.
I don't understand. How could this even happen?
Do you have no self-control at all?
Se lo han comido. Oh, tío. Pobrecito.
What is this? My God!
Pues vale, ahora listo.
What the hell happened here?
It's all Victoria's fault. I told her he's almost empty, but she wouldn't listen.
What do you want from me? I was starving and you two barely left me anything.
Doesn't matter now. We drained the man. Not anywhere, but at the Countess's manor. Someone is gonna fry for this, and it sure as hell won't be me.
Are you mad? No one's going to be executed for this. He's just a human.
You monsters! How could you do this?
And who are you exactly?
That's right. Hasn't been a vampire for 5 minutes and thinks she knows everything.
Relájate, que tienes mucha ansia. Esa es la diversión de la que hablaba antes.
My dear. This is not your mess to sort out.
Sácame de aquí. Uy. Un traspaso un poco raro de la escena.
Those morons. I knew I couldn't leave them alone with him.
I just can't seem to make sense of it. I talked with Petya not even an hour ago.
I'm so sorry. He didn't need to die today.
What happens now?
Well, the Countess won't like this one bit.
Is she sympathetic to humans?
Creo que no.
I wouldn't say that. However, she doesn't like murders being linked up to her property. She will find her way out of this, no doubt. But those 3 in the ballroom, we'll have to see.
Back in the room, they said someone will be fried. What does that mean?
Nos van a exponer al sol.
I don't know if you've heard this yet, but we can't be in the sun. It destroys us.
I did read about that in the folktale.
The stories are true. Sometimes it's used as a form of capital punishment for our kind.
What do you think will happen to those 3 outside?
Murdering a human, sadly, isn't a big crime in our community. I don't think it will come to that. If I had my guess, I'd say they will get their fangs dulled for troubling the Countess.
Hostia, le malen los colmillos.
They will grow back after a month or 2, but before then, they will have to feed solely on Cabernet. and it isn't cheap.
What if they can't afford it?
Pues
We'll
morirán.
just have to find a way. Some take loans. Without blood, we are like humans without water.
Pues mala pinta.
Arbin,
Yes?
do you know what will happen to me now? I don't even know who I am anymore. What do I do?
I understand it's not an easy day. We all went through this at some point. All the answers will come at the right time. For now, you just need to wait it out till someone sends for you.
Hasta que alguien te reclame.
I must admit, I feel quite restless.
Listen, not many of us might say this to you, so I want to do it. Being one of us doesn't just mean hurting people for your own benefit. It doesn't have to be. To me, it means that I have an eternity to become better, learn from my mistakes, absorb the knowledge about the world.
Debe de ser de los pocos vampiros que piensa así.
I suppose that's one way to look at it.
You know, the Countess has a wonderful library over here. Why don't you grab a book and use this time to learn something new? Perfection comes in little steps.
Thank you for all your help and kindness, Arbin. It feels really good to have a friend around here.
No nos fiemos
I know it
todavía.
can't be easy for you right now in all this madness. It's hard to adjust. I learned that the hard way. Trust me. Here, I want you to have this.
Un vial pequeño con sangre. Es el sustento de un día.
This should give you a little boost when you need it. Clear your head. It's not going to last long, but it will give you a little peace of mind for the time being. I should go now, my dear. You know where to find me. Next time, a drink at my bar is on me.
I'll
Vale.
be looking forward to it.
Vale, puedes leer libros para pasar el rato y aumentar las estadísticas. Ciencia, arte o literatura. Uf. Espérate. Me he confundido de botón. Esto tengo bastante por ahora. Creo que me voy a ir a por la ciencia. Aunque la literatura también. ¿No me deja? Vale, pensaba que me iba a dejar más.
I should see what all this ruckus is about.
Vale. En Cabernet tendrás que tomar muchas decisiones. Todas tienen algún tipo de consecuencia, ya sea insignificante o drástica. No siempre sabrás qué te deparará el futuro. Algunas de esas consecuencias se mostrarán en pantalla con este símbolo o bifurcaciones.
This is fresh. What in the world caused this? My God, what happened here?
Idiots being punished for their own stupidity.
Did you kill them?
I took that snake's fangs out.
Lo que ha
You'll
dicho
see
la
what she
otra.
does now. I wasn't sure what to do when I saw him, but then I thought about something you said earlier.
Really? What?
That mortal life has the same value as eternal existence. I don't know if it's true, but it certainly helped me find
Tras canalizar mi ira. Te arranco los dientes y luego ya pregunto.
Still, this isn't going to bring him back.
No.
I'm so sorry about Petya. He seemed like such a nice boy.
It was always a risk. Life goes on. Whatever it is. But thank you. You must be curious about what happens to you now.
Sí.
I'd be lying if I said otherwise.
The way it works is that you get assigned to the one who turned you for the apprenticeship. I believe you are the doctor's disciple.
I don't really remember much before I woke up. He was a traveling doctor that came to the city, wasn't he? He was a vampire?
He certainly was. It will all come back eventually. Don't worry about it now. Countess has a coachman, Trophime. He will take you to the doctor's place in town. He is rough around the edges, but you can learn a lot from him.
May I speak with the Countess herself?
You need to be a little more important
A ver,
for that to
somos una recién llegada, no podemos exigir nada de eso. Vamos a ir con calma.
She'll send for you soon. She has errands for us all. You will be no exception.
I'll be ready whenever she needs me.
Like a good dog, aren't you? You should go. Trophime will be waiting for you. And I've unlocked the door by the balcony. It'll lead you to the stairs and outside.
Oye, no te enfades, que estoy intentando ser amigable. Joder, muy buena perrita, me ha dicho.
Hey, Lisa.
Yes?
Never mind.
Sí que importa. No, mierda.
All right then.
By the way, I've been meaning to... Could you please take this ugly doll with you? I can't keep looking into its dead eyes.
Does it remind you of Petya?
Just take it.
All right.
Thanks. I'll...
I swear it just blinked.
Acaba de pestañear. No me digas eso, tía.
They must have taken Petya's body away. Lord only knows what they'll do to it.
Mejor no preguntes, déjalo estar.
They must have taken Petya's body away. Lord only knows what they'll do to it.
Es turbio, ¿eh?
Hello again, Trophime.
Evening, my lady. Forgive me, but have we met before?
Oh, that's right. He must not remember me because of the enchantment.
No nos conocemos, tú disimula.
Lisa just mentioned your name when she directed me to you.
But of course, silly me. I was worried I forgot. Happens to me after vodka sometimes.
Are you fit to drive?
I am, my lady. Truth be told, I had a drink or two earlier tonight, but then I must have fallen asleep and woke up not remembering a thing.
Más sobre que un juez.
Must be the fresh air.
Yes, must.
In any case.
Shall we head out?
Of course, my lady. Your wish is my command. Mistress Orlova arranged for you to be taken in and out of the town as you see fit, at no charge.
Sin coste alguno, eso me gusta.
Whenever you need a ride, myself or another driver should be ready to pick you up.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Don't thank me, my lady. Countess's orders are the law around these parts.
Well, in that case, send her my thanks.
Will do. Get in, my lady. Don't be shy. Marta and I will get you to your new lodgings in no time. One more thing. I'm afraid you'll have to wear a blindfold, my lady. Mistress doesn't want anyone knowing where the manor is.
Vale. ¿Qué le vamos a hacer?
We're here, madam. You may take the blindfold off.
So this is my new home.
Whoa, Marta.
Que me quemo.
Where do all these sparks come from? What?
That's the sun, madam. You must go inside your new home soon. But don't worry, there's still some time until sunrise. Doctor's flat is on the second
Incluso
floor.
las mejores noches de nuestra vida llegan a su fin. Lisa tiene que estar cerca de su lecho de muerte antes de que amanezca, si no quiere ser víctima por las llamas y sufrir una muerte permanente. Vale, el piso del doctor está en la segunda planta, es la puerta de la derecha.
Thank you, Trophime.
You're too kind.
It's my pleasure. Be safe, Trophime.
If I'm honest, madam, no one is really safe here. Go, Marta.
Por favor, que me estoy quemando, déjame.
Oh.
Vale, para entrar en una zona privada los vampiros deben recibir primero una invitación del propietario. Las entradas que no estén disponibles aparecerán marcadas con el icono de invitación. También pueden consultar los dominios de personajes a los que no te han invitado. Están marcados con un candado en el mapa de relaciones. No sé qué es eso. Venga, va. Nos estamos quemando. A ver, doctor.
Pavel, dear, you shouldn't bother with an old bag like me. Surely you have better things to do.
Nonsense. I always have time for you. Besides, ticks are no joke.
Las garrapatas.
Good thing I noticed it when I did. One more day and the parasite could have dug itself fully into your body.
My goodness. Well,
I'll check up on you in a couple of days to make sure the bite area doesn't look infected. Lisa, is that...
A ver, ¿cómo te lo explico?
Oh, this must be the new apprentice you were talking about.
Indeed.
Very good, very good. Thank you again, Doctor, for taking pity on an old woman.
Se parecen un montón.
Hello, little dove. You look like you've seen a ghost. Are you?
Estupendamente.
No, I'm doing all right. Thank you.
I see. I can sense you are a strong one. Reminds me of myself when I was younger.
Thank you.
As we are neighbors now, call me Fahina. I'll be right next door if you ever want to check up on an old woman. Don't be a stranger.
Vale, tenemos invitación, perfecto.
Welcome, Lisaveta. I've been looking forward to your arrival.
Good evening, Doctor. I was told I'll be staying here for the time being. Thank you for your hospitality.
Of course, it's the least I could do. Tonight was your initiation night, wasn't it? I trust everything went smoothly?
No hemos bebido sangre, así que...
In all honesty, it was a rough start.
In my experience, they rarely do.
Perhaps it was a better introduction to our way of life than it seems right now.
I know it's been a lot to take in. I also know that I am partially responsible for your condition. I turned you into what you are now, and I will guide you through.
Más te vale.
I have so many questions.
I can only imagine, dear. Sadly, time is not on our side right now. The sun will come up shortly, so we'd be wise to leave them till later.
Could it happens now?
Starting tomorrow, I would like you to work with me as an apprentice and help. In return, you'll have your own room here in the apartment.
Would I have a room to myself?
Of course. A bright mind needs space for work and contemplation. It's not much, but I hope you grow to feel at home there. Your vessel is already inside.
My vessel?
Yes, the coffin that you were buried in.
Goodness, but...
When the sun is up, you can only be safe when you are near it. An obscure rule, but life of our kind is riddled with those, I'm afraid. Now, go and have some rest. Isn't that what they say? You'll rest when you're dead.
Y se descojonan, qué cabrón. Antes le da muy rabia, no sé lo que estaban diciendo.
That's right. Let's see if that's true.
By the way, I left an outfit in your wardrobe that you may find more appropriate for your medical work around town. It's probably a bit old-fashioned for a city girl like you, but it's all I have. Now, time for you to get some well-deserved rest.
Thank you,
Para
Doctor.
dormir.
Good night.
¡Hola! No me deja. Uf. No sé si es esta mi puerta. Capítulo 2.
After passing that threshold, I feel so safe all of a sudden. I think it has something to do with the coffin, the vessel. Ironic that something like that can bring a sense of calmness.
El amanecer es la perdición de todo vampiro que se preste. Para sobrevivir a las horas de luz, los vampiros deben estar cerca de su lecho de muerte, que suele ser el ataúd en el que fueron enterrados. El indicador del lecho de la esquina inferior izquierda de la pantalla señala si Lisa está lo suficientemente cerca para volver a tiempo.
It's almost sunrise. There's plenty of room for my outfits, and it must be the one the doctor mentioned. Strange. Can't imagine the doctor getting much use from this. Lovely vanity, though.
Vale, podemos guardar en el tocador. Guay.
I should check out the general store for more room decor options.
De momento no puedo hacer nada. Vale.
That's a nice place to store my keeps. Don't you go anywhere, Matilda.
De verdad, vamos a dormir con la muñeca. Lo que me faltaba ya. Sí, sobreescribe. Vale, pues lo vamos a ir dejando por aquí este capítulo. Espero que os esté gustando este primer capítulo. Espero que lo disfrutéis. Y sin más, gente, lo vamos a ir dejando. Y nos vemos en próximos capítulos. Como siempre digo, mañana más y mejor. Así que hasta la próxima. Chao.